In this lesson, we will learn about motion capture, or mocap for short. Motion capture is recording real-life movement and taking that into a computer program. Once it's in the program, you can apply it to a 3D character and it will move just like the real person. There are many different ways to capture the data. The most common method is optical, or capturing the data with bulbs and cameras. The actor wears a suit covered in small reflective bulbs. Then you surround the stage with specially lit cameras and record the action. The cameras are calibrated to only see the reflected light coming off of the actor. The result is thousands of images, each recording a small amount of time from the perspective of a single camera. Depending on the system, the motion capture software then looks at all of the images, tracks each point of light, and outputs a file that has keyframe data, which can then be read into a computer animation program. There are a few problems that can happen at this step. For example, what happens if two of the lights cross each other's path? Well, the computer had to take an educated guess on which light is which. Sometimes this switches them, changing the data of the rest of the session. After you have the keyframe data, you can import that into your animation program. Often your scene will look like this, just a bunch of points moving around. These points all have rotational data on them, so we can attach our character skeleton to it. Now we have our skeleton animated just like our real person. But there is a small problem. The animation is jittery. This is because when the mocap program outputs the keyframes, it outputs a keyframe on every single frame. This is much more data than we need for a simple animation. Fortunately, most computer animation programs have an algorithm for cleaning up any unnecessary keyframes. Even after running this program, you still might need to go back and tweak a keyframe here or a tangent there. You might be asking yourself, why learn computer animation if motion capture is such a great way to animate? Well, motion capture is a good way to capture animation, but it often needs some tweaking to look really good. Motion that looks good on a real actor might not be exaggerated enough to look realistic on a 3D character. There are also many times that it's just too dangerous or expensive to use motion capture. In that instance, you do need to animate by hand.